So this is what to expect in your financial reporting examination. So like I said, I used trend analysis to do this forecast. So I critically analyzed all the past questions from the beginning of this, from November 2014 up till May 2024. I was able to get the patterns, and using this, I was able to come up with a forecast. Okay, and most of the time, I forecast about 80 to 95% accurate, all right, based on the feedback on the testimonies and testimonials I've gotten over the years since I started this, and this will not be any different by God's grace. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going to go straight to what to expect in your financial reporting, the November 2024 examination. Once again, I've done this categorizing all of the topics into three major categories or three major buckets. The first are the ones in gold. These ones you should give premium priority to. These are the first categories that you should give. You should solve the questions you should solve. Once you're done with the ones in gold, move to the ones in yellow. All right. Once you're done solving the questions in yellow, then you can attempt the ones in blue. So here are the questions you should give premium priority to. The first is analysis and interpretation of financial statements. This is the most examined question in financial reporting. As a matter of fact, it was examined last diet. All right. So let's look at the trend. I want to take you through the trend. It was examined in November 2014. It was examined in 2015. Full diet, both May and November 2015. Okay. It was examined in 2016. Full diet. Okay. November 2017. Full diet 2018. Okay. May 2019. As well as May 2020. Full diet 2021. Full diet 2022. Full diet 2023. Can you see the trend? And so, most likely, you will be having it full diet in 2024. So, you most likely see this in your November 2024 examination. Okay, so I want you to give premium priority to this. Ensure you solve about 8 to 10 questions. Okay, so ensure you're comfortable and you understand the various ways, the various angles, the various complexities. All right, that ICAN can come up with. All right, and when you see this in the examination, you're good to go. Just solve away and max out the points. All right. Now, once you're done with that, you want to move to consolidated accounts. All right. So consolidated accounts, stated of financial position, statement of POL, statement of changes in equity. All right. So your consolidated accounts, pay attention to consolidated accounts. All right. So once you're done, if a consolidated account was examined last in May 2023, all right. So for SOFP 2021, for SPOL and changes in equity 2023, okay. So it's highly probable in November 2024, all right. So we want to move to the next category, which is the ones in yellow, starting from presentation of financial statements. Do not joke with this. Now, this is another highly examined topic. Okay, so you can see it was also examined full diet for some of the years. So starting from 2021, full diet. Okay, May 2022, full diet 2023. All right. So it's highly probable in 2024 November. Okay, so please give priority to your presentation of financial statements. Okay, next to it is your PPE. Your PPE, IAS 16, property, plant, and equipment. All right, it was last examined in 2021. All right, so this is one topic that is highly probable in November 2024. So please pay attention to PPE, your IAS 16. All right, please pay attention to your IAS 16. Very important. So ensure you solve about 3 to 4 questions on that PPE. Next to it is your EPS, IAS 33, earnings per share. I was last examined November 2023. That's 2 days ago. All right, but what we are saying, you might encounter this in your examination. Okay, so please give priority to APS. Next to it is accounting and reporting concepts, your frameworks and practices. Okay, so please pay attention to this. It was examined last in May 2023. All right, in fact, it's highly probable this time. So please don't joke with this particular topic. Okay, now we're done with the topics in gold, topics in yellow. Let's move to the topics in blue. Or moving to the topics in blue. Remember, the hierarchy starts from the ones in gold, followed by the ones in yellow, then to the ones in blue. All right, depending on the amount of time that you have in your hands. If you have a lot of time in your hands, you want to solve as many questions as you can in the category highlighted gold. All right. Now, once you're done, move to the one in yellow. Once you're done, move to the ones in blue. Okay. Now, if you still have time, then move to the ones that are not highlighted at all. That's the sequence. That's the way this should work. Okay. So let's move to the ones in blue. The first is cash flows, your IAS 7. Okay. It was examined last time, though. All right. But still look into your cash flow. It's very important. Then you want to look at your regulatory framework. This regulatory framework, please pay very serious attention to it. Okay. It was last examined in November 2024. But with what I'm saying, regulatory framework is highly probable. All right. Then you want to move to IFRS 5. You want to move to IFRS 5. Now, this one, don't joke with it. All right. Please don't joke with your IFRS 5. Let me ensure that I'm sharing the right screen. Okay, that's it. Please. Can you see my screen? Okay, yes, you can now. Beautiful. All right, so IFRS 5. Don't joke with your IFRS 5. Non-current asset held for sale and discontinued operation. It was that examined in May 2021. So please pay attention to that. So once you're done with this, then you can now look into any of the topics that are not highlighted at all. All right. So you can probably start from your sundry standards, any of these standards, IAS 23, IAS 20, IAS 40. All right. Maybe income tax, and just like that, just pick them. Follow your act when doing this. Okay. So very quickly, I've shared with you what to expect in your financial reporting November 2024 diet examination. If you use the information I shared with you in this video accurately, you shouldn't have issues acing this examination. The only challenge you might have is your presentation, okay? And I'm going to talk about that later. I'm going to tell you about this later, how to present, okay? All right, so I trust you got value in this video. Before you go, I have a very important announcement to make, and this would benefit you, especially if you've written a paper more than once. So I've come across students that are struggling. They've been struggling to pass just a single paper, and they are yet to move to the next stage of their ICAN examination career, okay, just because of a single paper. And some of these students score as low as 30%, 20%, and even 10%. Now, I know this for a fact because this also happened to me. I remember it was advanced audit and assurance. Now, at the time when I was writing the examination, I was practicing as an auditor, so I had the field experience, okay, but yet I kept failing. In fact, I think I had 19% or thereabout. Yeah, it was a ridiculous mark. And I could have sworn that I did everything I needed to do. I was attending lectures, I covered the syllabus, I solved questions, I studied, I took notes, I did everything. But yet I was failing. It was when I got, I think it was 19%, 19 over 100, that I decided to put a stop to it. And that was when I discovered all the strategies I'm about to share with you. All right. So
Are you that student that have been failing the ICAN examination, you've been failing a paper, you've been scoring less than 50%, in fact, you've been scoring ridiculous marks and you do not know what else to do? In fact, you might be about to quit your ICAN career. Don't quit just yet. This is for you. And if you're not that student, if this is your first time of writing the examination, do not wait until this happens to you. You can fail proof your exam. And if this is not your first, and if you're not that student, don't worry, you do not need to wait until this happens to you. You can ensure that you pass your exam 100%. Okay? Now, let me tell you one thing that you've been missing prior to now. I've observed and discovered that most students that find themselves in this scenario, they lack presentation, okay, the presentation skill. They do not know how to present. Now, a lot of students understand the course, they've read, just like me, they've read, they've covered the syllabus, they've done everything they need to do, but they lack presentation skill. They don't know how to present. And ICAN does not joke with this, especially at the professional level and also the skills level. So you need that presentation skill, okay? Now, a lot of times you do not know, you have zero idea on how the ICAN marking guide works, okay? And when you don't know this, you don't know how to approach the examination, okay? In fact, just this one skill alone, once you understand this strategy alone, you can ace the exam, you can pass the exam excellently, okay? Now, you need to understand how the ICAN marking guide works, the different marks that ICAN can allocate to each of the questions. Once you have an idea of this, it helps you, it guides you on how to answer the question, it guides your time management, the amount of time and effort you should give to each of the questions. Now, that is not all. Another thing you might be missing is you might not even understand how to approach the questions based on the marks allocated, okay? So I can just put marks in your question script, your question paper. You see the marks allocated to each question. These marks, they mean something. You need to understand what they mean, and you need to know how to answer these questions based on the marks allocated to each of the questions, okay? Another thing you might be missing is you do not know what your examiners are requiring of you. For each question you see in that examination booklet, in the question booklet, the examiners are expecting certain things from you, okay? Both written and not written. There are things they are looking out for. You need to understand what they are looking out for, and also you need to know how to give it back to them, okay? Another thing you might be missing is you might have zero strategy on how to answer questions you don't know. All right, I've seen students that once they don't know how to, once they don't understand the question, they leave a blank. They don't answer the question. That is wrong, and that sends a lot of negative signal to your examiners. Okay, you do not want to do that. So you need a strategy that would help you write the right things, even if you don't know the question. And now this is a bonus. If you know how to mark your examination script and examination, or especially if you already have all the strategies I've listed above, you would pass the examination certainly 100%. Okay. Then finally, this is also a bonus. You would be able to stretch your mark. You would be able to set your mark to a minimum of 70%. Now, this is very easy. It is possible. It is doable. I've done it. A lot of my students have done this, so it is possible. Imagine when you know that you score nothing less than 70, you've passed already, and you've not just passed. You're on your way to, you have a high chance of getting the ICAN prize. Okay. Now, I've recorded a video to give you all of these skills, the how to answer ICAN exams questions excellently video. Now, in this video, I share how to comprehend the ICAN marking guide. So I teach you the ICAN marking guide, the different ways ICAN marks the examination. Okay, so when they tell you to list, I tell you what they're expecting. Okay, the possible marks that are allocated for listing. When they tell you to explain, the possible marks that are allocated to that, how to approach those sort of questions. So I just in general teach you, I break it down how the ICAN guide marking guide works. Once you understand the ICAN marking guide, then you would know how to answer question, any kind of question. And I did this for both calculation based exam and theory-based exam. Now that is not all. I teach you a strategy, okay, on how to approach each question based on the marks allocated, okay. So if a particular question is 15 marks, I tell you exactly how to get all of the 15 marks. It is very important, okay. So that's 15 marks, you should aim to get all of the 15 marks, and I teach you exactly how to do that, what to write, the approach, the manner of presentation, is it report writing, is it essay, all of that is covered in the video. Now that is not all. I also teach you how to decode the minds of your examiners. Okay, once you understand exactly what your examiners are looking for, just write it, and I teach you, I show you exactly how to present, okay, what your examiners are looking for. It's all in the video. Now that is also not all. I give you a powerful strategy to answer questions you have zero idea about. So there are questions you accurately do not know. There are questions you know, but you do not know what to write. There are questions you know, but probably because of anxiety, the tension, the stress, you just know how to present. I tell you exactly what to write to get scores. All right. So if this one alone too is another one that would boost your mark. If this is all you get in the video, it will boost your mark. So I tell you exactly what to write if you have zero idea of a particular question. Okay. That is also not all. I also show you how to mark your examination script for an examination hall. So imagine you have all of the strategies I mentioned above. You know how to you know how the ICAN marking guide works. You understand how to answer questions based on the marks allocated. You understand the minds of examiners and how to satisfy their requirements. You know what to write when you don't know the question. Now imagine you now know how to mark your script. You now mark your script and determine the score. The possible score. Okay, now what this helps you do is, once you've seen that, okay, what are my possible score might fall below 50% or might fall below 60%, then you know that you should go back and check the areas where you can boost your score based on all of the strategies that I share in the video. Finally, I teach you how to increase your mark to minimum of 70%. So enough of the 30%, of the 20%, and less than 10%. I show you how to boost your marks to 70%. So if this is you've struggled, you're writing, you keep writing a paper, and there is no point of escape. You don't have a solid strategy to escape and to move to the next phase. This is for you. If that's also not you, if this is your first time, you also need to lay your hands on this video to boost your chances of success. Now, for the next 24 hours, this video goes for 10,000 naira. For the next 24 hours, you would have access to this video for just 7,500 naira. Now, let me quickly state, if you're watching this video at the later time, please note that this discount will not be available at that time. You would be getting this video at the current price at the time of watching this video. Alright, so for the next 24 hours, get this video for just 7,500 naira. Now this is the link. Copy this link to your browser, seller.co/mark. Copy this link to your browser to get the video, or click on the link in the description. This link is also in the description of the video. Click on the link to get this video. If you want to do a manual transfer, here is the details that you should send to. These details are displayed on the screen. Please send your payment proof, your email and phone number to jutire1@gmail.com or to the number displayed on your screen. WhatsApp only, please. Alright, so once again, thank you for watching my video. If this is your first time, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification button so that you would know when the next video is uploaded. If it's not your first time, thank you for always watching and engaging my videos. Do not forget to recommend this video to someone that is taking the ICAN examination.